I find a revolver.
Oh, dude, I want the revolver. I got what? You get the revolver, I get what the friggin' bat?
What the bat?
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Q2C VR Gamer. My name is Eric, and you're looking at me through Todd's eyes. What's up, Todd?
What's up?
What's going on, man? We are going to we're gonna kill some zombies right now in a game that is dropping on Thursday this week called Drop Dead the Cabin.
I can't wait. I can see the zombies outside the window right there, and they are trying to get in.
Yeah, they want to eat our faces, bro.
Even this guy here.
They do.
Creepy.
So we're using in-game audio right now. I don't know how this is going to sound, Todd. We're going to have to see how this is, and hopefully it sounds okay enough to get through it, but either way, I don't know. It's going to be a lot of screaming. There might not be a lot of talking. There might be a lot of screaming and a lot of, like, running and crying and things like that.
I expect a lot of crying and screaming. This is true. Yeah.
All right, well, this is a game from Soul Assembly. It is dropping on Thursday of this week. By the time you see this video, it will be out, and we're going to show you what kind of fun you can have. You ready?
Let's do it.
This game is challenging, Todd. Expect to fail many times.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah, that's not good. That could be bad.
Oh,
all right,
dude.
so we're in the game. We got to find some weapons. We got to find some ammo. I found a bat, Todd.
I find a revolver.
Oh, dude, I want the revolver. I got what? You get the revolver, I get what the friggin' bat?
What the bat?
What the hell, man?
No friendly
All
fire.
right, so
That's good.
so basically, what's gonna happen? We need to kill enough zombies so we can get through this door right here, right? To get to the next room. So, like right now, we're stuck in either this room or we can get through this door here that says 75. So we need to get enough points or kills, or I'm not exactly sure how it works, but you need to get enough kills to be able to purchase your way through these doors. Kind of like Call of Duty, right? Like, do you remember Call of Duty Zombies, like some of the originals? To get through areas, you used to have to, like, earn enough, like, points.
Yep. To buy perks and to do all that kind of stuff, you had to kill more stuff. So we're just waiting for the horde to arrive because I can feel that they're coming.
Yeah, this freaking cabin is cool looking, right? It reminds me of like the Evil Dead. Remember the original Evil Dead movie?
Yeah, man. You're gonna freak me out before they even come.
I don't want to do that.
This cabin's kind of terrifying.
Yeah. All right, there it is. Bell has chimed. Wave has started. So again, we need to defend windows. You're gonna cover that side of the room. I'm gonna cover this side of the room, and then we'll both die in the middle.
All right, that's a plan.
I got a freaking bat, dude.
He's trying to get in your door. You want me to come shoot him for you?
No. Don't waste your bullets. All I gotta use is that.
My side's pretty clean. I got the good side. You got the crappy side.
Yeah.
My side's fine.
Yeah, how come I got the crappy side, bro?
I don't know.
Well, my bat is almost dead. But you're gonna come over here soon because my bat is almost dead. Oh, look at that! I got a handle left. Look at this. Look at the handle.
Oh my god. Kill anybody with that.
All right, watch. Nope. Now I don't have no other weapons in here, right?
I see an axe out there, dude. Out the window.
Nothing is stopping me.
Oh, I died. I'm down, Todd.
I'm dying too.
Oh shit. Yeah, come over here. You can get me up.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
I died. I think I died. I died.
I have nothing to kill any of these dudes with.
Here, come get my gun. I dropped it.
All right.
I can't drop any
Did you have
bullets, but it's
Where
right
are
on the
you?
ground.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh no, I'm dead. As soon as I picked it up, they killed me. How dare they? How dare they?
Look at that. I got 32 kills. You got 6?
No, I get 6 with a freaking bat, man. And they're broken like 5 hits. Oh man.
Wait till you see some of the ones that are outside, man.
Yeah, oh, you freaking got a gun again. I got a bat again. Fantastic. We had enough. We must have. Oh, and I got. What do I got? I got an axe, dude.
It's a hatchet. You see it? Take it.
Can I put it on my belt? Yes, I can. I can put it on my belt.
What's this?
That's a chest. You have to open that chest. Yeah, but you need. I think you need to do this thing right here. You need 20.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Hello, testing 1 2 3.
Oh yeah. There's
Basic intelligence assessment 14.
Yeah, there's more ammo right here, Todd, on the desk.
I'm full.
Okay. All right. Do we want to? All right. Let's hold this room here because there's only 2 ways into this room. I just took down like 4. My bat's almost dead though, but I got my hatchet still now. So.
Right. Everything else is pretty clean. You got the brunt of them there, as they say.
Yeah.
I got 3 bullets upstairs.
I have 3 of them by my window, and I'm gonna lose my hatchet here in a minute. Or my no, not my hatchet, but my bat.
But dude,
Solid gun, just what we need.
here I'm coming downstairs. I got a weapon for you.
Okay.
Come in here, quick.
Ooh.
So take that. I'll take this.
Where is
one.
it? I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh, I see it now. Okay. Oh. Oh, I don't have any ammo in it though.
It's right beside you on the wall. Here, ammo's right there on the desk.
Oh, okay.
Where'd that milk carton go? I'm dying. I'm gonna take it off your belt.
Right here. Yeah, here. I'll drop it on the floor behind you.
Feeling much better.
There we go. That helped.
All right. I'll cover this side. You cover that side.
Yeah, I got this door here.
That was intense, bro.
Buzz.
Let's open this crate. What do you think? Want to open this crate?
Yeah, which one? The one upstairs?
No, yeah, right here.
All right.
Ammo.
There's more of them.
Ah, I'm all full.
Oh, I'm full now too. We'll leave it there. We can get it. We can keep it. All right. Let's hold. We're gonna hold up here then. And then if you get overrun, let me know, and I'll do the same.
They're gonna come from downstairs for you, so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get overrun before I'm eating.
Okay. So what we need to do is we need to start basically a beacon so we can get picked up by a chopper, and we got to keep it. We got to keep that beacon. Yeah, one of them just dropped ammo for me, Todd.
Yeah, same.
And we got to keep that. We got to keep that beacon like powered up. Actually, the closer they get to. Oh, I need help here, Todd.
Yeah, 1 sec. Don't back up.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Okay, I'm healing you, I think.
We gotta like hold hands.
Stop your growling.
I'll hold the one with my gun in it.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, right. I think we're good. Bell rang. I opened this door over here. No new weapon. A lot of ammo over here though.
At least.
Fuel cell. That's a fuel cell.
Where?
Oh, smash
Graham.
it.
I don't see that. Where?
It's in now in my hand.
Oh, you picked it up already. Okay, let's go out this. Let's go over here. Wow, I need help out here, bro.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm whacking him with a baseball bat. That's awesome. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I'm dead.
Oh, I dropped my gun.
I'm dead.
Oh, I'm dead too. Oh no, we both died. Man, as soon as you get outside, it gets crazy, bro.
Yeah, we gotta go slower, man. No, none of this Mash Daddy rushing. Yeah,
But dude, I don't know. Could you imagine doing this? Can you imagine doing this by yourself?
Oh my God, no. Crazy.
You gotta have a partner.
And
You
it's
gotta have a
1 or
partner.
2 player. Like, it'd be insane.
Yeah, I think it's only 2 player, right?
No, or you can do 1 player if you want.
Oh no, but I mean, it's like only it's no more than 2. Or is what I mean.
Correct.
It's co-op.
That's correct. Yeah, only co-op. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a handgun.
Okay, take that one. There's 2 clips on the ground over here.
Okay. So like loading is pretty easy. It's pretty basic. It has to be fast, right? You can't slow load in a game like this. There's too much going on. So basically, it's just when it's empty, you can just you don't have to eject the mag or anything. You just grab another magazine out of your belt and then put it towards the bottom of the gun, and it automatically goes in. Or if you want to empty it early, you can just hit one of your A or B button and it'll empty it.
Yep.
All right,
It's the
round
same
is
for-
starting.
That's the same for all the guns. Doesn't matter what gun you have, so it makes it easy.
Yep.
Forget how to reload when you got to do it in a hurry. This 357 is awesome.
Oh yeah, it's like sometimes if you get a headshot, it's one shot, one kill.
This guy's fast.
No, some of them jump too, like really high. Like I went to shoot one dude, and he jumped up.
Taking out the trash.
Nice. They're not dropping much ammo.
Not at all. I'm gonna run down here quick and see if I can't grab some.
Okay, I'll hold up here. 35. Where are you?
Back door. I opened the back door.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Oh my god, I remember this.
We can do this.
Oh, here's a machine. What's this machine? Is this the machine?
We need to power that
Yeah,
up,
that's
but
the
it was-
machine.
This thing must be some.
Oh shit, they're here.
One off the top.
Crap, he was flying above us.
Another one bites the dust. Try biting me now.
Oh my god, I'm almost dead.
Where are you?
Over here. These guys are fast, dude.
Oh, these guys are terrifying.
I'm not going to die
I have
out.
no
I
milk.
saw
I gotta go
these
in.
little purple dogs things, man. Oh my god, they're freaking me out.
I gotta come back inside and see if I can find some milk or something. I'm almost dead. Actually, I think he healed because I feel like I'm better now.
Nothing in the fridge.
Oh shit, dude. Alright, like we hold him right here.
Alright, there's a power cell in here. Might be some batteries behind me, or,
Oh, got a couple of them got in. I'm out. I got no ammo and I got no... Oh no, I got some ammo back. I'm out of ammo.
it's okay, I'm beating him with a rake. Okay, let's go
Thank
back and
God.
drop this. I got a power cell, I'm dropping it off in the thing.
Okay, let's go.
We've got. Let there be light.
Oh, nice.
All systems operational.
We need weapons though, dude. What are we up? We got 39. Can we open anything up and get some? Oh, upstairs. Let's go upstairs. Let's go upstairs. There's that crate that has all the ammo in it. Where's the stairs? Where's the stairs?
Over here.
Where?
Right here. Come on.
I don't know where you.
It's with the old man in his underwear.
I know, right?
What are we doing for points? We got 45. There's a really cool shed outside that's got a sniper rifle in it.
All right, let's go get it.
Oh, I'm in the kitchen.
I'm going the other way. Where you went?
Oh my
I'm
god,
in
he's
the
trying to
kitchen. I'm
blow
in
up
the
the
kitchen.
thing. Okay, I'm opening the door.
Okay.
Hey, behind you.
Let go of me.
Okay, there's no sniper rifle in here, it's health. And a shovel. We need 20 points to open it up to get the health. Some ammo in here.
Oh, look, Todd, there's so many out here, dude. I gotta run.
Should've just ran in here.
It didn't open.
It's open. Took a while.
I'm gonna die before I even get a chance to get ammo.
I died, I think. I think I
That
died.
exploding one hurts the others too.
I gotta run.
I died.
Oh no, I died.
Oh no, you died.
You can't even run, man. It takes you so long just to even move.
As soon as you progress a little bit, right, they're like, nope, that's enough progression for you. And then they come
Oh, dude. Oh, you killed me on kills though. 80 kills. You got me that time.
I got 80 kills, 46 headshots. Damn.
Yeah, but look, we leveled up. We're level 3 now. We leveled up like some stuff, and now it's gonna get better. Like my pistol recoil reduction. The durability on the hatchet is longer now. So yeah, things are gonna get better, Todd. Every time we go in, and we die. We're gonna be able to like last longer into it now. So.
Yeah.
I think this is awesome, dude. I think this is a great game. It's a lot of fun. This is a really good. Just get in with your friend and play and have fun. It's intense, man. You'll be laughing your asses off because you're gonna get scared. You're gonna run like me, and I went the wrong direction at one point. You were in the kitchen. I was outside, and yeah, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
It's gonna be terrifyingly funny. And I want to go open up like all these things we haven't even opened up yet. Like we saw that thing, it said Stone Circle. I didn't know what the hell that is. I want to go to the Stone Circle.
Go to the Stone Circle too.
Yeah. All right, guys, this is going to be Drop Dead the Cabin. Lots of fun. Get in there, check it out. Hit us up. We'll go in there with you, and we'll scream like, crazy going in there together.
Yeah, for sure. Stay tuned at the end of this video. We've got a special interview we did with the developer and lead game designer from Soul Assembly. We're gonna put it right at the end of this gameplay, so you can get some inside tips on Drop Dead the Cabin.
Heck yeah, it was a great interview. Those guys are fantastic. I love the team, and I absolutely love this game, Todd. All right, that is going to do it for this one. Everybody, appreciate it. If you would, please hit the thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed. And also, make sure you join us every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for our podcast about all things VR. Myself, Todd, D. Come join us for Q2C VR Gamer Live, 9 p.m. Eastern every Thursday. All right, guys. If we survive, we'll see you next time.
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right, thank you to future Eric and Todd for passing it over to us. We are way better looking than those two idiots, Todd. I'm telling you right now, way better looking. Joining us today from Soul Assembly, and as you can see from Drop Dead the Cabin territory, is Jim Norris, lead game designer for Drop Dead the Cabin, and Gareth, who is the lead artist for Drop Dead the Cabin. How's it going, fellas? How you doing today?
Yeah, real good. Thanks for having us. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Heck yeah, we really appreciate you guys being here. I mean, this is we are pre-recording this for airing live, but yeah, I mean it's like 3 p.m. on a Friday for you fellas, and you get to hang out, crack a little drink, a little adult beverage, and hang out and talk a little VR with us.
Exactly. Nothing I love more than bullshitting about games and drinking alcohol. So this is a nice change of pace.
Right? Yeah.
Hell yeah, Todd, that's a great idea. We should start getting shit faced on the show every night, like every time we do the show. I mean, we do it at 9 p.m. on Thursdays. I mean, that's completely drinking time. We should just start doing that.
Whiskey season, yeah.
Can we join
Yeah.
in? Can we come
We'll come along.
Hell yeah!
That'll be fun.
I bet you we get a way lot more guests, and we'd have a way more different conversation if we did that.
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, we are here today to talk. We're going to talk Soul Assembly, and we're going to talk some Drop Dead, the Cabin. But before we do that, Gareth, why don't you start? Tell us a little bit about yourself, about your role with Soul Assembly and Drop Dead the Cabin.
Yeah, sure. So, as you said, I'm lead artist. So, I was brought in to try and take what the guys previously who come up with Drop Dead, take their artwork and develop it a little bit more, push it a little bit, I guess, more horror, which was fun to do. I instantly took it way too horrific because I'm loving horror games on VR. So I took it way too dark, way too quickly, and was kind of reined back in by the creative director, James Horn. Thanks, James, because I went into a dark place big time. But there's a kind of a goofy sort of thread that goes on with the Drop Dead's game franchise. So bringing that goofy stuff back in, adding a bit more fun into it again, that was good fun doing that stuff. But obviously it's set in a cabin. We're hitting the same old 80s tropes that we would have seen in old horror movies, which is where we take a lot of our inspiration from. But it's that sort of creep and that atmospheric dark vibe we're trying to seep into our bones when we're playing this game. So it's been really good fun. It's been mega fun coming up with the creatures that are in there, our new creatures who are based in the forest itself, and taking the old Drop Dead zombie theme and sort of adding them together, mashing them up somewhat.
Yeah, it's super interesting. I mean, when we're talking, art design, and you do create the atmosphere, the characters, and that's a big part of it. I mean, the different, this is a zombie game, down to the core. So you don't want to have just one zombie, right? You want to have some variety. So there's a lot that has to go into these things.
Yeah, that's it exactly. And it's there's so many zombie games out there as well. It's like, trying to reinvent the wheel, trying to get back to it again. This time, however, like I say, we had this these influences from the old 80s horror movies and stuff. And I'm a little bit obsessed about Guillermo del Toro's work, so Pan's Labyrinth and stuff like that. So trying to sort of grab some of that and thread it through the zombie story, I guess, using the forest and sort of magic ley lines and whatnot to sort of give us something else, a little bit more of a different visual hook to play with these zombies, which then sort of took us off into these grim fairy tales that you might find, you know, in the Germanic stories in the 1700s. We're like, oh, this is cool. There's so much, you know, wealth of visual wealth that you could sort of come up with there. So we're, you know, out with the sketchbooks, sketching like crazy. This is crazy. And then it kind of explains why I went down such a dark path so quickly, because, you know, it's terrifying, really, is where your imagination goes under those conditions.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so good. I can't wait for people to see it, because you know, me and Todd have had a little taste of it, just a small taste of it so far.
Like, if you got reined in, like,
cool.
I don't know what it looked like before, but
now let's introduce Jim Norris. Jim, was it your job to rein Gareth in on this a little bit as lead game designer?
No. So I think me and Gareth have worked together for a really, really long time, and so, you know, sometimes his art will inform some design decisions, and sometimes design decisions will help inform the art. So yeah, sorry. Back to the intro. I'm Jim Norris, lead game designer. Nice to meet everybody. Gareth talked for a long time, and now he's got me riled up. So we're gonna get going.
It's my turn, damn it.
Yeah.
All right,
But
take it
no,
easy.
you know, so we obviously had to start with some basic zombies. We call them the Shamblers, because those are akin to the Drop Dead franchise, and so we wanted to bring some of that over to the cabin. So the cabin is kind of a prequely sort of a thing. It kind of speaks to the origins of Dr. Monday and where did he start developing this sort of technology to turn, you know, to reanimate the dead effectively, and maybe some of his other experiments as well, in the forest, or just some things that the forest has kind of created on its own in conjunction with some of the experimentation that Dr. Monday has done. So we like the zombies. Zombies are basic. Everyone understands those. But we also kind of took it into the creatures of the forest realm, the Pan's Labyrinth thing. And so I might decide we need a faster enemy type that can attack a player really quickly and do high damage. And then I pass that off to Gareth, and he can kind of then understands the function of what we need and can then create something that looks and feels exactly like that.
Purple dog I've ever seen in my life.
That's right. That's right. So yeah,
that's a cool synergy though, right? Between the lead artist and the lead game designer, because I mean, you guys must have to work really close together to figure out you to make a vision come clear, right? Or to make a vision come to life. You know, so there's got to be a lot of communication back and forth, right?
Yeah, there is. And it's not, you know, it's not just Gareth and I as well. You know, everybody at the studio can have an idea that turns into something that makes it into the game, and even the tech can sometimes inform decisions that we have to make, and not just in a limiting factor as well. You know, the lead coder or a tech artist might come to us and say, hey, I've got this really cool fog sort of system that I've put together. How can you guys use this? And then the level designer gets some ideas and can start to reshape the terrain to better encapsulate this really cool sort of encroaching fog that we've got in the game as well. So yeah, it's a big hodgepodge of everyone's ideas. I just get fired if it's bad, and so does Gareth. So we kind of have to
be with you, pal.
That a little bit. Yeah.
It's a good point. Sorry for jumping in. It's a good point, though. It's a kind of dream of mine. I come from a concept artist background. That's where I cut my teeth and what I love in the games industry. And it's a well-forged dream to try and get design working well with code, working well with arts in this sort of conversation that then, like Jim is alluding to there, it sort of informs the other. And the more you do that, I think the better game or better product that you're going to get in the end, especially when it comes to real imaginative sort of thinking outside the box stuff, because there's no way, you know, one certain team or one, like a bunch of artists are all going to get this visual 100% right. And like Jim says, a tech art guy goes, check this out, and you're like, holy shit, get that in. And then informs a whole game design area where you might want to play with fog a little bit more and give a bit more of that creep, that sort of atmosphere that we're looking for. Plus it gives you exceptional gameplay where you get these jump scares coming out of the fog. And yeah, it's super important.
I love the dynamic with teams, especially like solo assemblies. Like what would you be considered now, like a mid indie,
Not
size
even. I mean,
wise?
yeah, I don't know. I guess we're about. The cabin team was maybe 30 people
Yeah.
primarily, I would say ish. So, and some of
That's
those
just
people
the
are also
cabin team, and that's not
just
all of
just
Soul Assembly.
well, all of Soul Assembly isn't much bigger than that, but
Hmm.
we've got other things going on now that I can't talk about. But so we've kind of
Nobody's here.
some
You
of the
can tell
teams
us.
doing
Tell
one.
her it's just
Yeah,
a four. We're
yeah,
just
no,
four
no,
guys having
just
drinks on a Friday afternoon.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, haven't had that many yet. So
Yeah, right.
yeah, but yeah, it's some people come and go and work on different projects. We have some people on multiple projects, but it is, I guess, mid indie. We're a strange startup in that we kind of branched off from an existing studio and took some IP with us, and we're going to continue to update those games as well. So it's really sort of family style at our place, but it's certainly the smallest team I've ever worked on. But I love it because I can know everybody on a very personal level, and everybody knows that they can come to anybody with an idea, and we'll consider it, we'll plan it out if necessary, and we'll try things out. Like that's everyone there loves the horror genre. Everybody, lots of them have worked on Drop Dead, so this is it's been a long time coming to make this the sort of next evolution of what Drop Dead was. So. Yeah, maybe mid-core indie. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know what the numbers are.
I find these sides teams to be fascinating. I really do, because it has to be run so much differently than either a super indie, which is maybe a team of 5 to 10, or a non-indie where you get a team of hundreds, or you have a company of hundreds, and everything has to be run through departments, and you can't make any decisions. So, and they each have their detractors and their positives, right? I mean, if you have a huge company, you have lots of people helping you and working on different things, and you don't have to wear 20 different hats. But then again, you have that thing where sometimes making decisions and getting things done can be more difficult because you have to run things, through so many departments and through so many different people. And then when you're a 5-man team, you have so much to do that something's always going to be left behind that you wanted to do that just wasn't going to be able to get done. I almost think that the mid indie, or the 30 to 50, is almost the perfect size. I mean, it would be great to have the funding and the money of a big, huge team, but to get things done, with my experience with working with developers, it's almost the perfect size.
I think there's a lot
Yeah.
more passion involved with groups of your size than, especially larger groups. They seem to be in it for the end game, get the published game out as quickly as possible. The smaller groups are more about trying to get their name out there, maybe, or putting out a game that that they may like, but with only 5 or 6 or 10 people in the group, that your demographic is pretty small. Where a 30, 40-man group, like Eric said, you have a lot more options to make a lot better game with a lot more passion, and which as a gamer comes to more updates, more patches, maybe a version 2, or the long road, which is what we like.
Yeah, I think it certainly does allow for everyone's opinion to be a part of what we're making. I think, like you already talked about some of the benefits of bigger studios. It wouldn't be possible for the creative director of an Ubisoft game to listen to everybody. It would literally be impossible. There's 2,000 people that are making those games. So, and then again, you have to get really specialized. They've got people at those studios that might just make cabinets for 7 years, and they're paid exceptionally well, but they're just making cabinets forever. They've become so specialized at making cabinets that now they don't get to go do anything else. They could probably make all the decisions they want about those cabinets, but I guess at our studio, you do have to wear a few different hats. The mid indie, you can kind of start to get some specialization though, which is also good. So if you're really passionate about the technical side of art, or you're really passionate about level design, you can be a level designer. You'll need to know a little bit more than just level design, but there's probably someone next to you that's going to have some time to show you a trick or two, or say, hey, have you thought about doing this? So it's again, it's very family style still. We all get together for big sort of social events and stuff. various times during the year. Stella, our events coordinator / office extraordinaire,
awesome.
wonder person,
Yeah.
puts together all sorts of super fun stuff for us to do. And yeah, it's been really great. It's been a cool transition because I came from kind of AAA games, and this is the smallest company I've ever worked for, but I'm really, really enjoying it.
Nice. Where were you before, Jim?
Do you want the long version or the short version?
Well, yeah, let's. Gareth is running
Keep
for
it
another
short.
drink. Give us the short one.
I started in QA for Activision like 20 years ago, and then
Wow.
worked my way into production, and then met some crazy English guy, and he was like, "Do you want to come design video games in England?" I said, "Heck yeah!" So that was another stint at Activision. Then I moved to Ubisoft, and now I'm here at Soul Assembly. So yeah, it's been a fun journey, and I love it. It's my first VR game as well, which I'm really, really enjoying, the new challenges, and I just like solving problems. Like most people think the game designer's job is to just come up with really cool shit and get people to make it, and that is definitely part of it, and I do love that. But a lot of it is just problem solving. It's like, yes, we want to do this, but the way that this person thought of will take too long, or we don't have the right person for it. So give us another solution. And it's working with the team that we have, with the time that we have, the budget that we have to solve problems, basically. And that problem is, we want to make cool shit. How do we make that cool shit with our parameters? And it's just great. It's just been great. And there's all sorts of new shit in VR. Sorry, I'll stop talking. Gareth, take it away.
Damn it, Jim, I can't get a word in. Yeah, I think I'd say the exact same as yourself. Trying to work with a team in such a sort of creative way, and at this size of team, you can do that thing. I get a total buzz off working with really talented people who obviously we're surrounded with, but taking an idea, kind of plugging it into their brain, they spit something out, it goes into somebody else's brain. That's where the magic happens. That's where I get the goose pimples, when you sort of collaborate quickly with the team around you. And I think at that size of company is probably the perfect amount of people, perfect amount of brains for you to plug an idea into, and something magical does pop out the end of it. And to be able to capitalize on that idea rather than having to go through the order of chiefs all the way up a massive structured company to get that decision done, by which time it's gone anyway, and you can't put it in your timeline.
Yeah, I mean, I love this. I love the dynamic here, and it's so interesting to hear exactly. I love when I can bring these things to people to show them how video games are made. It's not just you getting down, putting that VR headset and playing. There's so much that goes into seeing it. So I love being able to talk about that stuff. So thanks for the little bit of insight there. We appreciate it. So you guys are kind of a little bit newer to Soul Assembly. So you didn't get a chance to say work on the original Drop Dead game, the original game that had come out, and then the Drop Dead Dual Strike edition that had come for the Quest version. But let me ask you a serious question before we move into that. Yeah. Does Soul Assembly have the best beards in the VR industry? Is that
Gareth has the best beard in the gaming industry? I'm pretty sure. There's a few good beards. Yeah.
Oh, there's a few beards. I was wondering how many other people have beards. We're in places we've both worked together in the past. It's been quite hairy, if I'm honest. There's been a lot of beardage going on. I don't know what that's about.
People see you, Gareth, and they're like, "Oh man, I want to grow a beard," and then they grow it, and it only grows to here, and then it's like, "Oh well, I guess."
Oh, I didn't even see the braid to the bottom. That's perfect.
It's ridiculous. It gets nuts. I do want to cut it off someday, but the kids won't let me.
No, I won't let you.
No.
If you ever do it, come on here and do it. We'll make it
make a feature of it. Yeah, you can pin it up on your wall behind you.
Yeah, exactly. That would be perfect.
Do a special effect charity event for it or something. I'm sure.
Absolutely.
That's not a bad shot. That.
Yeah, there's a few beards, but they're shorter. They're shorter beards. I think Gareth's got everyone beat with beards all the time, so no one even tries.
Complete beard envy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's talk a little Drop Dead Dual Strike, because that was such an amazing game, an iconic game, one of the OGs, from the Quest. I think it was actually even a Go game at one time. Was Drop Dead a Go game?
Oh, it was on Yes, I think it was, and
I think it
there
was.
was one before that as well that was on the Vive, or not the Vive, the
The
what
gear.
was the Gear? I think it was on the
Yeah.
Gear VR.
Yep.
Again, I didn't work on that, so the historical bits I may be a bit wrong on, but we can provide you guys with info. But yeah, it's a great game. We wanted to try and capture some of what it provides, while also kind of taking the franchise into this sort of new space that I'm seeing in VR, where people are getting a little bit more comfortable with movement, and they're getting a little bit more comfortable with just moving around a 3D space instead of being on rails. And I think Drop Dead delivered a very, very good on rails experience. We're kind of smashing that out a little bit now, and you've got free movement, snap turning / free turning if you want free turning. So it'll be interesting to see how people react to it. Now, there's still some portions of our experience are kind of harken back to the Drop Dead. So you start in the cabin, you got to work your way out of the cabin, then you expand into the greater cabin area. It's a little free movement. Then you get into the focal, well, what are we calling them in the release game? I don't even know. We call them focal points in the office, so I'll say that. But you go down these paths, and the paths are a bit more like Drop Dead, but with free movement. So you're kind of pushing forward and popping headshots on the way, and then you get into another larger zone where there's objectives to achieve as well. So it's like Drop Dead, but just taking it a little bit further. And then once the game releases, one thing that Soul Assembly has done really well already in the past is listen to the community. We've got a really big Discord, which we'll put the link right down here, hopefully, in post.
100%. As Todd makes a note to make sure that we put the link that night. Look at that. He had it ready.
Oh.
Man, and it's like 7 a.m. for him.
Yeah, he is on it. No coffee, feeling under the weather, no problem.
Hey, hey Todd, you just made up for all the audio issues we had last night. That
I know, right?
You completely foobarred my mic last night.
I was on so many drugs during the show. Eric sounded like a chicken for an hour.
Oh my god, it was terrible. But yeah, I was a huge fan of Drop Dead Dual Strike. Todd, were you? You've played Drop Dead Dual Strike or the original Drop Dead, right? I mean, this was the original Drop Dead was only a single. I think it was single gun, right? And then they made Dual Strike, which gave you the ability to dual wield.
Twice as much fun, they said, yeah.
And it was really good because it was a fun shooter. It was early VR, so it was a good way to get people in with people who had motion sickness or trying to get into build up their VR legs. It was a good way to do that because you were rooted to one spot, but you still had to move around. It was still scary because these zombies came at you really fast and were throwing things at you, and and the story was good too. It was a really neat story. So you had some things going on there. Is this a continuation of Drop Dead, or is it just in name, like story wise? Yeah, Drop Dead the cabin. So is it?
I'm pointing to Gareth. No, I'm trying to point.
Oh,
to
okay. I thought you were pointing to the side, like, "Hey, dummy, it says Drop Dead on the side."
Drop Dead's the name, dummy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a bit of a strange one because it's obviously set in the 80s. Is it a prequel? Is that the word I'm looking for? Where Dr. Monday's cabin, this is where he took all his experiments back to whilst, in the future, he was doing the rest of his work. This is where he tinkered with stuff. So it's kind of like a bit of a time capsule. We're locked in the cabin. Am I getting this right now, Jim? Because Jim and I
think so.
Debate over this particular part of the story. So fast forward to today, you're a hiker. You've found yourself in this space, in the woods, obviously. So it's kind of a little bit of a snapshot into Dr. Monday's brain. Really, this is the heart of the story in the background. So it's slightly detached from that storyline you had in Dual Strike. I'm feeling a lot of pressure because it's a lot of pressure from the guys who made it. Because we got James and Pete, some of the original guys who made Drop Dead. They'll be watching this, making sure that we are doing
what the
a good
hell,
job.
Gareth? That's not it at all.
They'll be taking notes, Gareth. They'll be taking notes.
Hey, just tell them, hey, they should have been here. If they wanted to be represented, they should have been here.
Well, there you go. Exactly.
Just tell them right now. The cabin is way better than Dual Strike. Like way better. This is going to be the
100%.
ultimate.
Yeah. But I think the pressure is it's their baby, you know, and they've kind of
Sure.
given it to us, and we've wrapped it up in a new thing, and like I say, slightly moved it off to the right hand side here. But where was
I-
it going with that?
Adding
you
free
go.
movement to it was definitely smart, I think.
It was time,
I'm not
right?
a major Rails fan, kind of game fan, but it feels very natural to be able to move around in the cabin and in the forest and in all the little buildings and outcroppings things you have to do to find weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
It feels very natural and terrifying at the same time.
That's cool. Actually, at the start, we did have it way more open plan, and you could just disappear into the forest, and it got darker and darker and darker, and then you're
Nice.
fucked. You're way out there. But that sort of took away from, you know, the purpose of the game, and you could find yourself just wandering around the woods. Yeah, lost, kind of listening to, you know, strange noises, freaking the fuck out. So it was definitely we had to tailor it and bring it back in again, and you know, give a sense of purpose to the player.
Now you were saying like 80s. I'm sorry, Jim, I didn't interrupt, but you were
That's
saying
fine.
like a throwback to the 80s. So was this
Thank
was
you.
this taken like from like you know, what am I thinking? Evil Dead type of thing, like it, because that was a cabin, right? Evil Dead took place in a single
Yeah,
cabin.
there's so many in that genre that are all, you know, cabin in the woods. You know, the teenagers find themselves there, and suddenly,
Yeah, right.
Obviously, Evil Dead game has come out as we were developing and whatnot. So we're like, oh, okay, so we already had a lot of stuff from the Dr. Monday wrapper that we could use to sort of push ourselves a little bit further. Took some cues from Amityville horror, some
yeah.
color tones. So I'm not going to talk about arty farty stuff, but it's like the color tones that you
Do
find in there, and sort of that, you know, eerie mist again. We're going to bring a lot more of that back in, and that's sort of part of the gameplay, I guess. But also, Dr. Monday is such an eccentric fucker that we had so many things that we could sort of draw from that storyline. So inside the cabin, it's his eclectic mix of artwork and, you know, different types of furniture from all decades and whatnot. I did find out, however, that he's about 100 years old, and he has some sort of serum that keeps him young, and he's, you know, this is part of his inventionary stuff. But again, all through that, because we have this opportunity to play with the eccentricities and weird stuff that you'd find around this cabin, we're leaving in lots of little Easter eggs and little clues to potential further levels for the next stuff that we start doing. So
Perfect.
Look up, look down, look all around. There's stuff everywhere. There's so many ideas. Again, going back to the small studio size, everyone's got these really epic ideas, and we don't want to forget them. So we're almost noting them in the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think you know, there is a lot more to be told about Dr. Monday, and you know, where did he get all of these ideas? How did he first start doing some of these experiments? Where does his, you know, youth serum come from? I didn't even know about that, but that sounds like something we could run with. But so all of the different areas that you can go to around the cabin, you'll start to see things, you know, stone circles with strange energy, these weird crystals. You know, why did the zombies, the basics, why do their eyes glow a specific color? You know, what happened out at this area? What happened out at this area? I'm saying area on purpose just to save a little bit for people when they pick the game up, but expanding the lore just a little bit is something that we want to do. And if people resonate with one thing or the other, then we can lean into that a little bit harder. And, you know, it's just about as much as what we are planning on doing with the franchise, but also it's important to us what people resonate with for two obvious reasons. One is we like to keep the lights on in the studio, so things that people enjoy we're going to continue to do, and two, just it's for the people that engage, we want to reward that as well. So it's really important to constantly listen to community feedback, and that's not just like, hey, we found this bug or I'd like this feature, but if they're like, I really want to know more about this particular track of the story, you know, it's not difficult for us to make a little lore pickup and hide it around the cabin somewhere that somebody can go find and pick that up. So yeah, it's going to be a fun one to tell. One more shout out I have to give about the overall style and of the game is we have got a kick-ass sound designer on this game as well, and the music that kicks in during the fight and the sort of just the full suite of music that he's created has a very sort of 90s electro retro vibe. I'm not going to mention particular other popular culture things that it might be related to Stranger Things, but
Oh,
you
what?
know, but some of we've taken inspiration from there seems to be a trend anyway in popular culture where we're
Right.
remaking old things but with
Yeah.
a modern twist on it, and we wanted to try and capture a little bit of that with the cabin as well. So hopefully people will pick up on it, but you're not going to be able to miss the soundtrack. It's amazing.
You're right, because in about 90% of video games, that's the first thing I turn off is the in-game music because it drives me crazy. And I never even once did I even consider turning it off.
Oh,
So
that's
you
so
can tell that
cool.
it
Oh,
That's
we'll
matches
have
the
to.
that's
gameplay.
really
It's
good to hear.
very
Yeah.
immersive. It never even dawned on me to turn it off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to me, it can make the game. It can make
Yeah.
it can because the art is fantastic, and if everything looks fantastic, it's great. But if
You
you
got
don't
some
give me
stupid
this,
jingle in your head
yeah, but if you don't give me the
bopping
right
around.
sense of, if you
Yeah.
don't give me the right feel to
Yeah.
put me on edge, I mean, music can put you on edge as much as the game,
Yeah.
the style, the look of it. So it's got to be a package.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was one of
I'm-
the first things that I noticed when I started playing a lot more VR games was how important sound is and music. But it's important in every game. But I think that
Yeah.
just the immersion, the instant immersion you get from VR, if a sound is not coming from the right place or the volume is off, or you really notice it in VR as opposed to pancake games
The
where it's just
vibe is
kind of
just
like a
wrong for
sound.
the
Yeah.
scene you're in or whatever.
I'd nearly make the bold statement and say, like, a game is 50% audio. In my mind, I'm always tuning into that audio, all those little small things, the details, especially. Well, this is probably more a question for you guys because you're the expert VR players, but those bits that you can't see is written in the audio. Does that play more into your ability to play a game? I guess I don't know.
It does, especially in horror games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There's
Yeah.
some like escape rooms or other little
hearing
games.
shit that you can't see can
Yeah.
be as scary as seeing any. It can be more scary. I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm in a
Yeah.
horror game, and especially in a VR headset where you're immersed in it, and horror games in VR are way more scary than they are flat, of course, because you're inside of it. But if you can hear something and it's you get spatial sound and you hear something horrific somewhere and it's coming for you, but you don't know where from. I mean, and then you have the music that will ramp up the intensity. It can be a frightening experience. It makes it really, something special.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we're picking that up quite a bit. 'Cause like Jim said, this is our first sort of dive into VR space, and we're absorbing everything. But that's something that we've talked about a fair amount. Actually, is that question mark? If you can sort of put a question mark in somebody's brain as they're playing VR, that's even more powerful than what you're looking at, which is what you're saying, really.
Yeah, when you're chilling inside the cabin and you hear like the footsteps of a spitter just kind of walking around it, it's pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
I just want to say I love the fact too that we're getting some amazing fucking talented people from flat games that are now coming into and making VR games. That's going to be for us as VR gamers. We've been looking for this for a long time to get some of the talented people. I mean, there's always been talented people making VR games, but when you can get more and quality people making VR games, our experiences are going to be way, way better. And I can't wait.
There's definitely a draw. You can feel it, across the industry. Everyone's, and I think maybe people were waiting for, like, how do I approach this, because it's still that young industry, I suppose. But now it's feeling like, ooh, and I think horror games done a lot to open up that door. Just watching people's responses, playing games, freaking the fuck out. There's something really appealing about being able to do that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Let's talk about the game a little bit. I don't know how much we can say about the game right now, but me and Todd have played some early versions. I actually did get a chance to play the demo early on and when we went to Gamescom, which was
Cool.
which was great. It was a lot of fun. I had it's difficult when you're in the middle of a stark little booth and you're trying to do the demo, but it was more terrifying when I was home doing the newest build that we got a chance to take a look at. But let's talk about the mechanics a little bit for anybody who doesn't know, or what you can talk about the mechanics. Game very much seems to me, you'll like this, Todd, because I know you'll say the same thing. It seems like it lends some stuff to like Call of Duty Zombies. It's a little Left 4 Dead. It's a little Dual Strike. it seems to have a little bit of everything in it. What can you guys tell us a little bit about gameplay right now for our people listening?
Yeah, I mean, you start you kind of start out in the same spot every time. You're a lost and confused hiker. You have no idea why you're here. You just know that you are here. And if you die, you wake up in the same spot again. So it's like a very creepy version of Groundhog Day in that regard. So
Nice.
you start in the main room. You got no guns. You need to find some weapons. So the first thing you do is you start searching the cabin, and we've got a randomization element to all of this. So we call it a roguelite element. So things won't always be in the same place. So there's a bit of a time period where you've got to hurry up and start finding your gear. Make sure you've got a gun. Go into the computer room, and that's kind of the main hub where people will see everything. You hear this weird voice talking to you, and it's a pilot who says, "I'm getting some kind of distress signal. I can try and be there. I'm going to need some time. Keep that signal active and running." So that leads into one of the main mechanics of the game. I'll talk about the non-shooty stuff first, and then we can get into the shooty stuff. So you've got to find this fuel to power a generator to keep this beacon running. It was like an emergency beacon that apparently Dr. Monday had installed for reasons that just still happens to be active. Thank God, because it's the only way you're going to get out of this crazy freaking forest. So in between increasingly difficult waves of enemies, you've got to manage your ammo. You've got to manage your health. If you run out of ammo, you can grab a cup or a plate and smash it on a zombie's head. There's stuff everywhere that you can use. So you find some fuel. Very shortly, you run out of fuel in the area you're in. You need to go a little bit further away from the cabin. So you start to go out to one of these different areas that we have, and these will also be randomized per playthrough. So you never really know which area you're going to get to. So you kind of have to make up your strategy, what you want to save during the game. So it's not like you can plan out the ultimate round to get the best leaderboard time. There's a chance element to it. You run out there, do a bit of an objective, you get a reward of a sweet weapon and some more fuel, come back, try and survive, and then make your way to the extraction point. That's kind of the general loop of the game. On top of that,
he didn't mention that it's so freaking hectic in the middle of all this. You're ready to freaking shit your pants around every turn.
You just got to shoot a couple zombies here and there,
Oh my God.
while you're casually running through the forest.
Gareth, he made that sound so easy. Yeah, just take a nice little jaunt in the forest. I mean, there is shit coming from everywhere, man. It's one of the scariest, most hectic things I've ever played.
I found a shotgun at one point with, and which I thought was a whole bunch of ammo, and I thought, that's it. And now I can go exploring. I got 3 rounds. I didn't know
3 rounds. That's it. Yeah.
What am I gonna do? I'm running around like crazy.
Yeah, Jim's mean that way. But Jim's also an expert. Obviously, he's headshotting everywhere. I'm a bag of shit. I can't do that. I'm just like, what you do? I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. You got you almost have to headshot too, right? I mean, like especially with some of the tougher zombies. If you want to like save your ammo and headshots are the way here.
Headshots give you a bit more score, give you a bit more XP, and we've got a full meta system that's in the game as well. So you'll level up your guns, you'll get new player perks as you kind of go. So after you've put 10 hours into the game, you'll have a much better shot of completing the game than you did when you started out at 0. Plus, you will have learned some of the strategies, where things might be. So you're going to start as a very helpless small baby in the woods, and by the end, we hope that you're just some kind of gunslinging master wizard of the forest. That's kind of the goal, really, is to make you feel like it's hopeless. There's no way I'm ever going to beat this game. And then eventually you will persevere, you will get better, you will complete the experience, and you will not be able to wait to get back in. That's the goal anyway. That's what we're trying to do here. So it is fucking hard and it is fucking scary.
Hell yeah.
I don't want to scare people away from the game. So, but yeah, you're going to die a lot. You're going to die a lot.
But you're right, though. It's rewarding. I mean, the whole idea of give me depth, right? Give me something here. I don't want to just a mind. Don't make me Superman right from the get-go to where I can just kill everybody. And then it's just a wave shooter. You know what I mean? It's just a boring wave shooter, and I don't get to progress. I don't get to build myself up. Here, there's meat to this. You can build yourself up. You can, there's some progression. So you will get better as you go, and you'll have that feeling of I'm going to become a badass at one point.
Yeah.
But if you give it to everybody all at one time, it's not fun.
Yeah, and all these, all these systems, the weapon system, the meta system, the extra places that you traverse to, we've kind of designed all of them in a way that they're easily expandable. So again, whatever parts people are really enjoying, we can tack on a few more weapons, we can tack on a few more levels to the meta, we can add a new area, and it all will work back into that same thing where you start in the cabin, it's terrifying, you work your way out. So yeah, it's cool. I think we've put ourselves in a good place for launch, and there's an easy route to putting more stuff in as well. So we're just really excited to get it out there and see what people think. Luckily we've got a very, again, I'll shout out to the community again. We have a super active Discord community, and people are always volunteering to do beta testing for us. And you get a chance to play the game early and to give us some feedback and let us know what's working, what's not working. And we do listen to all of that. We take it all into consideration and make decisions that are informed from community feedback. So just really excited to get it out to the general population as well.
Hell yeah. Yeah. It's something that people are not going to be able to, can't wait to just jump into. And why? Co-op, guys, right? This game is not just a single player game. We have co-op here.
Oh yeah, crap! Forgot to mention that.
Forgot to mention co-op. One of the
Yeah.
because it's every time that we bring somebody on or we tell somebody about a game, their first question is, "Yeah, but can I co-op it?" I mean, it doesn't matter what the game. It can be a game that's never meant to be played co-op, and people are like, "Yeah, but can I co-op it?"
Yeah.
Can
So,
we
yeah,
co-op it?
Standard.
You can co-op it, and it is, it's easier in some ways, harder in others. There will be more enemies. You'll have to the sort of juggling of resources becomes a little bit more important with co-op, but you've also always got somebody to guard your back. If you die in solo mode, you die. You only get one life. But in co-op, you can high five your buddy to bring him back up, or feed him a little bit of delicious milk, which is pretty fun. I think that was actually one of our coders was just wouldn't it be awesome if you could feed a downed ally milk to revive them? And I said, yes, it would be. Will you do that right now, please? And then
Bing.
and he did, and it works, and it's really fun to just I can imagine Eric walking up to Todd, just here you go, buddy. And
I do that now. Forget about playing.
Okay.
I can just see the videos coming out now.
Oh man. Yeah, this game is going to be fantastic. It's going to be fast. It's going to be fun. It's it's more drop dead goodness, but taken to the way next level. So the parts that we were able to play so far absolutely blew us away, and we can't wait to see the final version.
Awesome.
Is there any idea when are we going to see this? Any idea when it'll be?
I don't have a date that I'm confident to give, so I don't know. But sometime early next year, I think that's pretty safe.
Nice.
We can say that.
It's well said, James. Well said.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, be as vague as you can.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But yeah, the fast-paced nature of the game, I think, is I was blown away with it at first when I started too, because I played a lot of VR games, obviously, to try and get the job. I couldn't just walk in and be like, "Oh, I don't play any VR, but give me a job."
VR, what's that?
Yeah, what's that? Is that anyway? But I was, I think we are on the cusp of pushing people's comfort levels a little bit in VR. We've still got Drop Dead Dual Strike for our fans that prefer a bit more comfortable game, and we're going to continue to support that. But we're starting to see games sort of push that envelope just a little bit, and so we're trying to do that too with a bit more of a fast-paced movement system and fast-paced target acquisition. So it's kicking it up a notch. We hope. We really hope that we've nailed that, and I think we have. And it's terrifying. And if you get good at the cabin, you'll be able to rinse a lot of other games just based on the skills that hopefully we teach you here. Yeah.
Heck yeah, man! I can't wait. I can just tell you guys that I've played a small piece of this game, and it's quickly become one of my most anticipated games for next year. I can't wait to do it.
Yeah.
Any other platforms that we'll see it on that you could tell us, or is it we just looking at Quest 2? Or
I'm gonna say I don't know, and then
another excellent answer from the lead designer.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's things that we can talk about and things that we might not be able to. I don't know what our sort of public stance is on that, but there are other platforms, and we will certainly look to release the cabin on those other platforms as well.
That's such a good answer.
Well
Thank
said.
you. Thank
Gareth,
you.
he looked. Do you see him doing that? It's so
That was
good.
brilliant. I'm learning as I go here.
Oh my God, it's game development 101 here. Jim's like, let me get my book out and give me that answer.
Media training. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've done everybody at Soul Assembly proud. There you go.
Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Well, we'll have to get a game in, though. I think I'll find out when we can get you an updated build, or I'm sure we can at least put something in the can to release either in a future or soonish or whatever. Just talk to Joe, and we should get some doubles going on, or like a round robin where we all can kind of swap teammates and stuff. That'd be super fun. Take you guys through, show you some tricks.
That would be fantastic. Awesome. We love doing this stuff, and that would make for a great video on launch. I think we would have a lot of fun in there. We could record it, and we could when that game launches, we could pop it out there for people to watch and laugh at us. It would be fantastic.
Let's do that.
That'd be magic. Yeah.
Guys, is there anything that I've missed that we haven't commented on that you'd like to say or talk about?
I don't know. I feel like we're just getting in the groove.
I know, right? And we're almost an hour in already. I'm like, holy moly.
No, I think just if people do want to get some more info, I think probably the best way would be to get the Discord, which we will provide you. It's probably on that website. I can't confirm nor deny. It is. Todd has informed me that it is definitely on that website. No, just get in, let us know what's going on. It's going to be a wild ride. You're going to find all sorts of little bits from horror games and horror movies and inspiration. And I'm honestly, I'm just really excited. I'm excited to be in VR. I'm excited to meet all the VR people. Like, honestly, every single content creator that we have met so far are just some of the best people. Like, I've worked in like big studios before with other types of content creators, and they're not always the nicest people in the world, you know. So but everybody who makes VR content is doing it because they love VR, and that's the coolest thing about moving over to this side of the gaming fence, that the community just loves to be involved, and they love the medium, and I love being a part of the medium now, and I'm looking forward to showing y'all what we've been working on.
Yeah, and
I've said that like 17 times this interview so far.
It should be though, because it's, you know, when you have a game like this that you're creating that you know is good, you know, and you just can't wait for people to play it, right? I mean, I guess you got to be like really pushing now. You're like, I can't wait till because getting the game out there and having people enjoy it and comment and make, you know, and go and put reviews on it and seeing these, you know, everybody have so much fun, and it's got to be such a rewarding thing after you put all that hard work in.
Yes, well, and you know, on the flip side of that, if they don't like it and we've done a really bad job, we'll learn something from that
them.
too. But...
You know what I'm saying? Just fuck them if they don't like it. How dare they not like this game that you poured your blood, sweat, and tears into?
It's a good game. Yeah.
I don't think you guys are going to have any issues. Like I said, we're playing an extremely early build, and it's absolutely amazing already, and I can't wait to see more. And thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on a Friday afternoon when you're probably ready to kick off.
Our pleasure.
And go have a good weekend.
It's been great. I want to do this every week.
You're welcome any week. We can make it a foursome podcast. I think it would be fantastic. Nice. We go at 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursday night, so you may be out 3 o'clock in the morning for you guys if you don't mind.
Well, yeah, that might be true. Yeah.
Like old times.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You'll just be getting going at that point.
Yes.
Lovely.
Well, awesome, guys. We will we'll pass this back to future Eric and Todd. You guys are goofballs, and we'll see you later.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.